for these classes, for everything I do, ecstatic dance, everything, is to support people to express themselves, is to give people a safe space to express themselves, express all parts of themselves that they've been taught and programmed to hide and suppress, and give people a safe space to shine light on fears, limiting beliefs, repressed emotions, repressed memories, like all of these things that live within the shadows of our unconscious, and all of, these traumas that live in our organs and cells and tissues and blood. And because I know that, when we actually allow these fears, these limiting beliefs, these repressed memories, these traumatic memories to surface, and we see them and we shine a light on them, that is then and only then do we have a choice to allow them to control our lives anymore, or to choose different beliefs, to choose love over these fears, trust over these fears, to choose to rewrite the traumatic stories that surface, to choose to rewrite these traumatic stories as empowering stories, as stories of challenges overcome, of deep soul lessons learned. But if these things remain in the darkness, in the shadow, is what like a lot of people call it, if they remain in the darkness of our unconscious, or they remain stuffed and shoved away in our organs, in our cellular memory, they will unconsciously control our lives. We don't have the choice. We don't have the choice to allow them to control our lives or not. We have to bring them up. We have to see them. We have to feel them. We have to give them the space to express themselves, so that way we can then choose differently, choose different beliefs, choose love and trust over fear, etc. And so that is the intention of my intention for these classes, is to give people a safe space to unearth hell and to unearth everything that they've buried away, knowing that seeing and feeling these fears and these limiting beliefs and these traumas is not, it's not going to negatively affect them in any way, like we've been taught. Yeah. If anything, it's going to free them, it's going to liberate them, it's going to positively influence their lives. Yeah. So that is my intention for everything I offer, all the work I do. And then I think with you for Movement and Music Medicine and Magic, specifically because you're a man, there's an added intention of, and specifically because the majority of the people that come to my classes, or offerings in any way, are women. There's some men, but very few, and I really, as I walk my own journey towards healing the masculine wound and trusting that it's safe for me to be my full expressed self with men in front of you, a man, I really want to show women that they are safe too. And I feel really grateful found you, that I've found somebody a man that has allowed me to experience something I've never experienced before, which is feeling like truly deeply safe and confident in my full expression, in my beliefs, in my outlook on life, in my everything, and sharing my past, and sharing the darkness of my past, things I've gone through, everything about myself, my whole being. I feel safe to express and share my whole self with you, and that's just been something I've never experienced before, and it's been such a blessing to like be able to see that is real, that's possible here in Lansing, fucking Michigan, in the Midwest, and I want to share that, and yeah, and I just also, like, those are kind of the serious intentions, but there are like way less serious intentions too. I want to play. I want to play. And I love playing with you. I love making music with you, fucking around, dancing while you're playing. I love all of that, and it feels so good to me, so I'm assuming that would feel good to others, and I just want to share that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So those are my... and then one last intention. I also... It's the intention of, like, being seen and being witnessed.
That's funny. That's part of what it's coming up every year.
Really?
Yeah.
And I think it's, like, specifically as a feminine being seen and witnessed by, like, a masculine being. Like, that's just, like... That is, like, a deep feminine desire for every woman to be, like, totally witnessed and, like, feel like she's, like, mesmerizing to the masculine and, like, so that's, like, a big thing. Like, I like to be seen and witnessed by you, knowing that it's safe to be, and that's huge. And I want to share that with everybody who comes.
Yeah.
Okay, now for real, I'm done.
I'm glad you added that last part, because that's what I was going to say, is that I think one of my big intentions for these type of endeavors is, like, for people to feel seen. Like, I think tons of people don't feel seen, probably even more women, like, probably the female side of it, probably even more, but regardless, really, like, for people to be seen is such a huge thing, like you talked about too, even like the darker sides or the more dissonant sides, if you want to talk about music, like musical terms. So yeah, that is one of my big intentions too, is that just people can have a space where they actually can be seen, and if they're comfortable too, like, seen in a more uncensored way, like, whatever they want to show or unveil or whatever, or if they don't want to unveil anything either, to be seen in any way that they want to present. I think is a huge thing. Like, it's like one of those little things that, I guess, but I feel like it's a huge need that we all have. And yeah, my other big intention with it, I think I just boil it down to the idea of harmony, like, but it's similar to what you spoke about, like looking at those, I don't know, all these different parts of us, and realizing that it can all be like in harmony. And you know, it's like that idea of like it's always like very close to like even a note that's like out of harmony, and like doesn't really fit into the dissonant or whatever, you know, but it's only this far away from like the resolve or whatever. It's like it's never far off or whatever, and even those dissonant parts or whatever have a space too, so
yeah, they got some grit.
yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, so harmony is always, I feel like an overarching intention or whatever that I like to try to keep in mind whenever you're talking about movement or music. Because it's also like can look like so many different ways, like harmony when it comes to movement or music. Like, you know, there's like some people that get really into structured harmony or whatever, and others is much more loose. There's not like a set whatever term, you can kind of feel it out. And yeah, I think playing fits into all that with my intentions too. It's like I feel like play fits into the idea of harmony or whatever. Play with stuff and don't fight with it.
Beautiful. We're pretty aligned.